What's good, y'all? It's your boy Jay Brock. It's Clapitup LA. I'm right here with my brother Bird, Adams General.
Yes,
Check
sir.
this out. My boy is a behavioral therapist, entrepreneur, South Central All-American, and guess what? You know you can't cheat the grind.
No,
We're
sir.
right here about to get into this good game, but before we get there, let me put y'all on some free game that can put some money in your pocket every single day. So check this out. Let's get into this disclaimer here. Now, the information in this video is not investment or financial advice. It is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The crypto and passive income industry is risky, and you shouldn't invest more than you can afford to lose. The information that I give you in this video is based on my thoughts and experiences, which are working for me. Now, understand this before investing your time, your money, or your life. Do your due diligence, research, and before you invest your money, know that what you are getting into and make sure you're comfortable with it. Now, the company that I have invested in is called Qubit Life, okay? And what they do is they turn your money and give you a 250% increase on whatever money that you put into it. Profit, you get paid daily. Now, this is the definition of passive income. They have a team of professionals who trade crypto every day, so you ain't gotta do nothing but put your money into it, and you get paid on a daily basis until you reach a 250% increase on the money that you put in. Now, if you wanna get this money, the link is in my bio. The link is gonna be in the description. I'm gonna provide you the website and the link to sign up, all for free. But remember, do your own research before you invest your money and time. Now let's get into this good game.
Yes,
my
sir.
boy Bird, my brother Bird, man, it's good to see you, bro.
Yes,
it's
sir.
good to have you right
Good to
here,
be here.
up in the office.
The famous.
Now, he said the famous office. That made me
The
feel so
famous.
good. He said the
Yes,
famous
sir.
office. I appreciate that. Now, my brother, how you doing today, bro?
I'm great, blessed. How you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing good. Now, if y'all don't know, my boy doing an interview, then he got some other business to handle.
Photo
So you
shoot.
already know we dealing with a real businessman right here, and he all about that paper. You dig what I'm saying? now, we got to get into my brother Bird as a childhood. Now, you said you were born in South Central.
Yes.
And you moved to Texas, right?
Yes.
And in Texas, if you don't know, like you in California, we go to middle school. We don't have like football programs like that at the middle school. We usually got to go play Pop Warner.
Right.
But you were able to play ball at your middle school.
Yes, I did.
Now describe the differences that you understand about Texas and California, because we know like Texas is a big football type of place.
Yeah,
So
football's
explain the
life,
differences.
yeah.
Yeah. So explain the differences that
So
we might not see.
basically, in middle school, you have a program.
Right.
There is a program. There's weightlifting, there's conditioning, and there's actual collegiate, like other schools that you have to train and get ready for. And so what that does is also bring high school coaches to recruit you. So you also get the whole recruitment process in middle school. So as you learn how to do all that, by the time you get to 8th grade, you have to choose the high school you go to.
Okay.
Because there's a couple of high schools that's been coming to watch you and want you to come to their team and show out. And yeah, like you get that opportunity to do that in middle school. And I feel like in LA, you know, you just kind of just got to be in Pop Warner and just gain a name from people just saying your name and just go to high school off that.
Yeah.
But in Texas, like you are recruited out of middle school. And that's a big difference, because when you get to high school, you're used to the recruitment process. You're used to the programming of being there early, weightlifting, running, doing all that type of stuff. So everything just all comes together for you when you do stuff like that. When you start them young, you know, by the time you get older, it becomes a breeze.
So how important do you think it is to start a child young at whatever that they may end up doing in life?
It's very important, because at the end of the day, you kind of just programming him how to work in a sense of not giving up, making sure you go hard, you know what I'm saying? And when you program that into your child at a young age, as they get older, they get better at it. Facts. So as long as they getting better at it, you know, what can you say, you know? It's always a good thing to see your kid being disciplined, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And working hard at something.
And having that toughness. Now, at what age do you feel like that you discovered, because Bird is a hooper, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And he is a serious hooper too.
Come on now,
You know what I'm saying?
talk to me.
Hey, the cold part about it is,
Talk to me.
I remember we pulled up at Max in them house, Bird was peeled out there really getting down, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out Max, for sure.
Shout
You
out
know,
my boy
we
Max,
always
man.
working over there.
Yes, sir, you can't cheat the grind. Now,
CCTG.
what would you say growing up that you were more passionate about? Were you more passionate about playing basketball, or was it football? Would you say it was even?
Honestly, it was basketball.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
okay.
I was very passionate about that because I was on a travel ball team, and we used to travel to like Georgia, Mississippi.
Yeah.
I mean, all type of different states. And coming from Texas, and I'm in middle school doing that, it just felt different.
Right.
I wasn't doing that for football. Like I would only play middle school football, and then I would stop, and then basketball would be the basketball season. Then I would go into AAU basketball. So that's why I had more of a heart for that. I spent more time doing it, and honestly felt like I was better at the time. But that was at the time, you know what I'm saying?
You got older than Bones.
Exactly. You know, I got a little bigger, and then I stepped into my football role and became a beast in that as well. So you know.
Definitely. We gonna get into that SMC. Boy, Bird was going crazy. He was up there going crazy. Now, okay, it's funny that you say that because I came up in the Snoop League. So in middle school, Snoop was actually taking us to different states, to different cities and things like that. So you said you got to experience that in basketball.
Yes.
So we got to shout out Snoop for that, for allowing us to go on flights and things like that, going to Miami. Now, to be able to experience and travel around the country, so to speak, playing basketball, what was one of those memories that you have as a child, being able to take those trips and see different places? Like, did it ever hit you that that's seriously what you were doing at that point in time in your life?
Yeah, that's when I kind of knew like how serious everybody else took sports as well. Seeing other kids come from all around the country, you know, coming to this tournament to play and showcase their skills. So me seeing that, I just, you know, was real humble because I thought like, you know, it was only the people I knew that was really working hard, you know. And I started meeting people from Utah that's working just as hard, if not harder. So that just pumped me up to just, you know, like, to see how serious everybody else took it. I knew I had to step my game up. And from then, I kind of just knew I wanted to always just be around that type of environment where everybody is, you know, at their best, coming from different places and, you know, doing their thing. Okay,
so back when you was a kid, because this is pre-LeBron James, right? Who was the guy that you would say that you looked up to in the NBA?
Oh, in the NBA, I'd say somebody like, honestly, I'm going to probably go with T-Mac.
Okay, see, I Tracy McGrady. I can see he was balling back then. That was T-Mac time. Who else was back there? Probably Allen Iverson was on the back end. You had KG.
Kobe.
Of course, Kobe. Man, we shouldn't even have to say that name. Y'all know better than that.
Know what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so would you say that you mimicked your game after T-Mac?
I couldn't really mimic my game off of him. But the way he played and the fierce and the way he dribbled, like you couldn't stop him, that's how I played. Like whatever I did, I felt like you couldn't stop me. Like T-Mac, like you can't stop T-Mac, like you can't stop me either. Like that's how I felt, and that's what T-Mac did for me. Like just into his swag too, like I liked his swag, you know, wear the one little thing around, you know what I'm saying? That was cool.
T-Mac was sweet. Now let me ask you this. What type of mindset, because you know we get conditioned when we play these sports. Now how did that conditioning prepare you for life outside of sports?
Like conditioning running?
Conditioning as far as the mental toughness aspect of it, because we might mess up, coach gonna cuss us out, however that case may be. When we are tired, we get weak, the coach has still gotta push us because it's either you gonna get scored on or you gonna score, so what if you're tired? So how did you take that and bring that into life as well?
No excuses. Just learning, like when you down and out and you feeling like you can't do it, it's a mental thing. That's what your mind telling you. Don't mean it's true. Your body didn't stop. Your mind is telling you to stop. So that's what it did for me. And so like I moved that over to the business world in the sense of just making sure, even when I'm tired and you know a lot of things going on throughout my day, I make sure I get that business done because my mind want me to tell me like, oh, just stop, you're having a hard day. You know, just sit down. No, I need to keep going. I need to keep pushing. I need to make sure everything get done. That way at the end of the day, even though I had a long, hard day, I can say I still got my business done. And that's fine with me.
Man, that's the only way you're going to get tough. You got to be, like they say, pressure make diamonds. So if you're running away from the pressure, you will not be built up and come out a diamond. You got to go through that pressure. Now, Bird, you stepped on a football field in middle school. Okay? And how was that experience? And when did you understand that you developed that love for football like you had for basketball?
Okay, so I remember it like it was yesterday. Honestly, when I first started off playing, they didn't know what I was going to play because I didn't honestly never play football. So they just put me out there, and I was like a D tackle.
Yeah, in fact,
I was a D tackle.
That's the easiest position to throw you at.
You know what I'm saying? They threw me right at D tackle.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, I didn't even start.
Yeah.
They didn't even start me because I never had no football experience. Everybody else in Texas already been playing. Like, you know, I'm new to it. I'm from LA. I'm not really, football ain't my super thing. But yeah, but they would put me in, and I would always run to the ball.
That's it.
I'm running to the ball every time.
Yeah.
I know I gotta go get to that ball. And I remember one play, like, shoot, man, the dude ran all the way, probably like 98 yards, but I got him right before the end zone. Came right from the D tackle, chased him down. Yeah. And that was like the best middle school in the city at the time. Yeah. My coaches seen that. And then after that, they just made me basically like the leader of the team. Like, this is what it takes. Like, this is the heart that you got to have when playing this sport. And ever since they did that, like, you know, I just elevated my game, you know, seeing that I could take it serious, seeing that coaches believed in me. And, you know, I took off and I, you know, kept playing ball.
Like Nip said, elevate my game for the 100th time.
For the 100th time.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? So, coming from not being a starter to becoming the leader of the team. Now, see, a lot of people get discouraged in the beginning when it's not working, and they feel like it's not gonna get you nowhere, or you can't see where it's gonna go. But my boy just said he went from being on a bench to becoming a team leader. Now balling now. Now, when you were able to accomplish that, how did you feel about yourself, and how far did you understand that you can make it in football?
I knew I could take it to the heights. So I wanted to take it because it just took hard work, and it wasn't really about how good I played. It was really about how hard I was working, how hard I was playing, and from then I used that to work out more, to go to more workouts, to meet new coaches, meet new trainers, and just work. It wasn't really like I wasn't thinking like I'm trying to learn new things. I just want to work, you know, and I want to work hard. And if that's what you could do, I'm here. And I never ran away from hard work. You know that. We went to Crenshaw. It was all about hard work. And when I got there, that was a slap in the face. But I had to get with the program, you know what I'm saying? And so that's all that was out there. Like, I got with the program in middle school, and I took it to the heights that I needed to take it to. And I got recruited by a good high school, and they really, you know, took care of me when I got there. And, you know, then I left that high school and went to Crenshaw. So.
To Crenshaw, yeah. So coming to Crenshaw, because you said you pretty much did your research on the high schools that you wanted to go to before you made that decision. You know, that was the year we was coming out of state. You know what I'm saying? We had Hayes, we had Lele, Gino, all them good dudes.
Yes, sir.
And Bird said he sat down and did his research on some schools, because you said you were initially going to go to, where was you going to go?
It was either Long Beach,
Long Beach Poly,
Redondo, or Crenshaw.
Redondo's out.
Yeah.
Go to Redondo, bro.
It was, but see, look, I came from Texas. I went to all PWI, so my mom was thinking like that had to be an option.
No
like,
shade to Redondo, no shade, but I'm just saying as far as the football thing goes.
Right, y'all not up there, but it's okay because y'all was decent in basketball, because I also played basketball too, so that's what I had to put into consideration as well. But so my mom wanted to make sure that I didn't just, you know, want to just go to schools off just sports. Basically, you know what I'm saying? So I had to have, you know, decent options, and I had to make the best decision. I had to make the best decision.
He said I had to give myself the best shot.
That was Crenshaw, man.
So,
and when I went up there, it was love too.
And see, I never forget the day Bird walked onto the field.
Thank you.
Because Bird was from Texas, it was like, damn, this nigga from the South, y'all. He's from Texas. Where he at? Oh, he right there. Bird was coming down the stairs. I'm like, man, he finna take somebody's position.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too.
I mean, but that's okay, because you understand that ultimately, bro, you turned into a beast, and you had to learn how to get there. You feel what I'm saying? So when you first got to Crenshaw, like you said, it was like a family. Who was one of the people that you instantly connected with? You know what I'm saying? That was able to make you feel extra comfortable. And what did you like about the culture at Crenshaw, from the coaches to the players, how we did everything?
Okay. Well, the first person that I could say that made me feel comfortable is my guy Cash. Shout out Thursday Production. Shout out my boy Cash.
LA Demo, yes sir.
Real one. He kind of brought me around, showed me around, introduced me to people, and I just felt like I could relate to him, so I trusted him. And you know, Crenshaw, you know, you can't trust everybody there.
Yeah, no, you can't.
trust
That's
everybody
anywhere,
there.
though. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so. And he played sports, and I felt like he was a dog just like me. You know, we was in the same grade. We both was dogs. We both had similar backgrounds and like just struggling and stuff like that. So we was real cool, and to this day we still cool. But you know, I'll say he's the person that made me feel comfortable when I got there. And then the culture and stuff like that. I think I had to grow up real quick going to Crenshaw because it ain't no games there. Like from the clothes you wear. You know, how good you play, how good you say you good, how good you say you are in sports, all that really matters. And it was just great because it's like a bunch of us all could relate because we kind of all struggled in a sense. And that kind of brought us closer and brought the best out of each other. And still to this day, I feel like we all still kind of connect and bring the best out of one another, even though we probably don't think we doing it. But yeah, like, Crenshaw a family like that, so that's how I see it.
So let me ask you this now, because every time I see Bird is smiling, Bird is happy, he laughing at somebody, he joking.
Sir.
Now, in the midst of your struggle, how were you able to still keep this smile on your face? You had to take a deep breath on that one.
Because it's not easy. It's not easy. But I know it's always going to be a brighter day. Even on my worst days, I always knew like, eventually this day is gonna end.
Yeah, facts.
And so when that day ends, whatever happened that day is done. And I always knew that. And because I was struggling at a young age, before sports, before any of this stuff, I knew I had to do that. And that's just for my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like being homeless, knowing like this not gonna be forever.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Beautiful, yeah.
That's not gonna be forever. So I just use that every day, like, you know, anything that happened to me, that's not going to be forever.
Right.
Unless I let it.
And
so it's up to you to let go of that and keep pushing forward and see that it will be a brighter day. And that's, you know, it should give you a reason to honestly smile.
Facts. Like they say, tough times don't last, but tough people do. So you got to make sure you remember that because guess what? You can't fire life. You can't get rid of life. You got to deal with life, and you got to go straight through whatever comes your way. Either you're going to do that or you're going to fold, and you ain't going to never become nothing. I promise you that. I guarantee. Now, being homeless, a lot of people can't even relate to that type of low. You know what I'm saying? Not saying low as a person, but just low in life, because that's probably the lowest, you know what I'm saying? Now, when you come from being homeless and you got to fight back and figure out what you're going to do with your life, and like you said, understand that it's not going to last forever, how long did it take you to really develop that strength? Because see, you got to develop the strength to understand, okay, it's not going to last forever. When you're trying to look for some food, when you ain't got no food, you're probably going in the trash cans, it's not going to last forever. How did you develop that mindset and understand that you could change that?
Man, my mama put that mindset in me. My mom made sure that I knew that this wasn't going to be forever. And you know what I'm saying? And she showed me. Honestly, too. She's the one that showed me, like, no matter how low you can get, you can always pick yourself up. And when I seen her do that, how dare I feel like I can't do it?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? This is my mama.
Yes, sir.
And mind you, you know, I had 3 other brothers. So it's 4 of us and just my mama. You know what I'm saying? She doing this for 4 kids.
Right.
Nobody helping? Come on, man, I got to do something. So I never let that, you know, deter me ever in my life. So I like to smile and keep it pushing.
That's right. You got to learn how to smile in the midst of your adversities, man. Once you learn how to do that, that represents strength all on its own. Now, you said sports was actually able to help you in understanding that you can change that. So when you playing sports and you got that going on in the back of your mind, what is it that motivated you to get out there and go hard about that specific situation, knowing that, okay, I'm doing this, but I still got to go back to this? Because sports can take you away from all your pain. That might be the only reason why you're happy, because for a long time, that was it for me. That was the only time I was really happy, when I was able to play football. So how was that able to work for you?
Yeah, same thing. Like, when I got to the field, it's like nothing was going on in my life. Like, I mean, I'm talking about, you know, I had a real struggle, you know, childhood, but just know, like, nothing. I'm not thinking about none of that. All I'm thinking about is football, making a play, making sure my team is cheering me on because I'm doing my thing, and I'm cheering my team on because they're doing their thing. That's all it was about. For them hours we was practicing, that's all we could think about. And honestly, the coaches I had, that's all we for sure could think about. You know what I'm saying?
They made sure.
They made sure.
No games at all. Now you know what? I pray that you understand that you had to go through that to be who you are today. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately people don't, in the midst of this stuff, we don't necessarily understand. It's just conditioning us to be who we need to be. So when you look back on those times and understand what it has made you become, how happy are you and how grateful are you to have went through that to be where you are today?
Man, that's why I call it CCTG, Can't Cheat the Grind, because that's all it was. Like, seeing my mama grind to get us out of that situation, seeing myself grind to get myself out of that situation, that's all it was. And so even with sports, to get a scholarship, all I had to do was grind, work hard, and you know what I'm saying, play.
That's it.
And that's what that whole situation did for me, and that's what I'm still doing to this day. I'm still just grinding, no matter what's going on. I'm always gonna be grinding.
Facts.
And I hope everybody know that.
You gotta
and I
know
hope everybody
that.
doing the same thing too.
Yeah, South Central All-American type of time. You dig what I'm saying? Now when you got to Crenshaw, okay, you realized, okay, boom, I'm not the man quite yet. You know what I'm saying? What type of lessons did you have to learn on the field? Because you got to understand this. This is a powerful message here, because you got to understand, if you playing ball, whatever sport you playing, you might not play in Pop Warner, you might not be the man in high school, but that don't mean you can't be the man in college. So you got to understand it's lessons that you got to learn. So what would you say was some of the lessons that you learned on the field at Crenshaw that helped you become the beast that you were when you got to SMC?
Oh man, just watching y'all just go back to back, smacking each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was no hard feelings. It was no hard feelings. It was like, hey, bro, I just hit hard. And you got to take it because this is what we doing.
Right.
And I felt like, if you play football, you know the worst drill is them hitting drills.
Yeah, facts.
And so you see who a man when them hitting drills come out. And basically, we had a team full of men because that's all we was doing all day was hitting. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when I seen y'all just doing that, because I ain't gonna lie, when I first came from Texas, like, we wasn't really about hitting. It was more like making the tackle.
Okay.
And that left me kind of like not that good at hitting, to be honest with you. But then I got to Crenshaw and I started learning how to form tackle. I started learning how to go through the tackle. Oh man, that's all I needed to know. You know what I'm saying? Because I already got the size and everything like that. I just had to learn how to actually really make that tackle and get through them. And seeing y'all do that, play after play, play after play, play after play in the biggest stages. You know what I'm saying? Not letting nothing deter y'all, or y'all never getting nervous in the big situations. That's all I needed to see as well. So when it was my time and my turn to do the same, make that tackle, make that big play, I was ready for it because all the big bros, they was doing that, and they all, you know what I'm saying? They showed me how to do that stuff, so I did the same thing.
Now let me ask you this, because some people can still be scared to necessarily deal with that pressure. So what do you think was the difference in you and some people who could see it like that, but still necessarily don't have a heart? Where do you think you got that heart from to be able to step out there and beat a fire?
Well, this is what it was, honestly. We had like 22 players.
Oh, yes, sir.
We had about 22 of us. And honestly, about 15 of us played.
Yeah.
And so it was about 15 of us that was just every day we was locking in. We was saying these goals and dreams we had. And it was to the point where it's like neither one of us would let each other down. So we all made sure we played our part. We all played on both sides of the ball. We all played special teams and whatnot.
Right.
And we went hard at it every time.
Players,
every time. So when I would look over to the right and see my brother that I've been seeing working hard, sweating blood, sweat, tears, like, how dare I, like, you know, let him down? So it was my brothers, honestly, on that team that, you know, kept me going and kept me at the highest standard. because they would let me know when I was being weak.
Right.
And I would let them know when they was being weak. And there was nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because you got to hold your brother accountable.
Yeah. Facts. 22 players, man. They did it with 22 players. That was the year after we left.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know, all the recruiting and stuff that went on with the private schools. People went outside of the city and things like that happened. But this team still managed to go to the championship. I mean, you got to commend that. We're going to clap it up for that whole entire squad. You know what I'm saying? Now, you have to take the JUCO route, right?
Yes.
Now, so to speak, taking the JUCO route had like a bad stigma on it. You know what I'm saying? So how did you feel knowing, okay, or how was even the recruiting process? Did you get recruited by anybody in high school?
Out of high school, yes.
Okay.
I got recruited by a HBCU, which I went to out of high school, out of Crenshaw, called Payne College. They even let me bring some of my homies with me, put them on scholarship. And that was real cool. I went to the HBCU out of high school, but then the football team lost its accreditation, and we had to go. And basically that's why I ended up coming back out here and happened to take the JUCO route. And honestly, I didn't feel like it was a bad thing, but I could understand the stigma because you're kind of at home, and it's easy for you to get complacent when you're at home. You know what I'm saying? So, but I wasn't on that type of time, and I didn't hang with nobody that was on that type of time. Everybody I was with, you know, around that JUCO time. Shout out to my JUCO team, that whole JUCO team. We was all grinding. We was all trying to make it out, and that's why we went so crazy, because I felt like, you know, it was a bunch of people from a bunch of different places all trying to reach one goal and really willing to obtain that goal and do what you got to do to obtain that goal. And that's what we did. We really went undefeated. We really didn't lose no game.
They went crazy. The year before that, I went to SMC, and then it was the next year. People was telling me, like, that dude Bird going crazy. I'm like, Bird for real? They like Bird going. I saw the film. Bird was going nuts. I said, okay, Bird.
Sacks.
Yeah, 20 sacks. Yeah,
20 sacks.
I think I only got like 13. Bird got that. Bird was going stupid, and that's when I realized how much of a beast that you were. What do you think? What do you think allowed you to be such a beast right there? Because like I said, you might not be the guy in high school, you might not be the guy in Pop Warner. That don't mean you can't be the guy in college. So what do you think was the difference in your work ethic when you got to college compared to when you compared being in high school?
Well, honestly, it's really when I came back from that HBCU and me and my boy Max clicked up and started that whole CCTG movement, Can't Cheat the Grind. We was working out 3 times a day, every day, and that's all we wanted to do. And for that whole summer, that's all we did. We wasn't going out. We wasn't hanging with homies. No, we working out. And if you want to come hang with us, come work out. And that was the whole thing. And a lot of people caught on to that. A lot of people wanted to do that. And by the time we got to SMC, everybody seen from our play on the field, like, yeah, them the guys. Them the guys that's been working. And, you know, the whole team was good as well. And so we got with them, and we made it happen. And I wouldn't have it no other way.
You said he was, he said he was grinding. They was grinding to see. That's the thing, like you said, if you wasn't on what he was on, he not hanging with you. So you really got to understand that your circle really is going to determine your success. Because rather y'all playing around, wasting time, then you already know that's what you're going to be on. If you get with some people who working and trying to get better, then you're going to get better. Like they say, if you want to be a millionaire, you got to hang around the millionaires. You want to be a boss? Hang with the bosses. Now you had a great season that year. Yes, he said he ended up with 20 sacks. Oh my goodness, he went crazy. So how was the recruiting process for you at the JC level?
It was great. I was getting thrown offers, and coaches was calling me nonstop. I was a pretty big deal. Unfortunately, my grades weren't the best, so I couldn't receive the scholarships that I really wanted. I probably was gonna really go to Louisiana Lafayette if I, made the grades I was supposed to. But since I didn't, I ended up getting the opportunity and still getting blessed with a scholarship to Tarleton State, which is the Division I school right now, and doing their thing. Shout out to them. I went out there, and they gave me the opportunity to ball. unfortunately, when I did get out there, you know, we did our thing. I did pretty good. I had to split time with, you know, basically the guy that's in the league. He in the league right now. So don't think it was anybody just regular.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's gonna be anybody, at least he in the league.
Yeah, he in the league. But yeah, I had to. We basically split. He started 5 games. I started 5 games, and again, my grades weren't the best, and I got put on academic probation. And I was supposed to come back and be that guy, but I couldn't because of academic probation. And after that, I kind of felt like, you know, I got a son, so I had to make a decision on, you know, keep following that dream and keep, you know, going to different schools, going to different states, or, you know, try to, you know, develop that relationship, you know, with my son so I can be that father figure I want to be. So I chose that and started working, became a behavioral therapist, started a business, and, you know, I'm still working and still doing my thing, but yeah, that was that whole path for me.
Okay, now you got to understand, yes, you may make a mistake, yes, you may fail, but that doesn't mean that you fail at life. You can still become a very great success. Now, you know, in the midst of the whole grade situation, what type of things were you thinking about when you understood, okay, damn, I probably can't even go to school no more, in order to keep yourself sane and understand that, okay, that don't mean I give up on life?
Honestly, I was in a slump for a long time.
Okay.
Like for a long time.
Speak on that, because people got to understand also that what I've learned from speaking to ex-football players on this platform is that everybody goes through that kind of desperation, not desperation, but like depression. Yeah. Kind of like you go into a dark space when it's time to walk away from the game and step into real life. So speak on those feelings and the process of you walking away from the game and really stepping into real life.
Okay. Well, for one, I lost myself when I couldn't play football no more because, you know, you heard the story. I was doing my thing. I was a big deal. So for me to walk away from that was very extremely hard. And for about 3 months, I'm just at home, not doing anything, not really doing nothing productive, just lost, not really caring, feeling like everything's over. You know, I'ma just become a statistic. Here goes that life. Right. You know, feeling like I got to be in the streets. And it was just like, eventually, I started to hang with, you know, certain people that was encouraging me, like, you could do better. Right. You know, you don't need to be doing this. You could be, you know, working towards something else and creating yourself a goal. And so, you know, as I started hanging around more people that was telling me that, more people that was in that type of light, I started, you know, searching myself for, you know, well, what can I do besides play football? Right. And, you know, I always loved clothes. I always loved helping people. But how can I really do that? You know, and at first, you know, I started off by, you know, working jobs. Like I was working at the movies, the grocery store. But I didn't find no happiness in it. I kind of
that's big, you know.
I was kind of just doing it, you know. But you know, I took that step to, you know, just get out there, you know, because like I said, when I came back from playing football, I wasn't doing anything, right, like nothing.
You was just trying to figure it out. Man, I went through it too.
That's
it was tough. Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah. So, but you know, I got past. I started working, started getting some income, and as I started working these different jobs, going through different experiences. I just felt like, you know, I got to change it up. You know, I got to change it up. It's time to level up. And that's when I came into, you know, behavioral therapist. And to do that, I had to take a couple of classes. I had to take a state test. And I did that. I sat down, you know what I'm saying? And when I seen I could do that, I'm like, wow, I can still accomplish things. I can still find that pride in myself, like, you can do it, you know what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with sports. Right. So when I found that out, I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. What's next? Right. So like, what can I do next?
And let me ask you this, because we got to dive deeper into the behavioral therapist thing.
Okay.
But because there's going to be another young kid who's going to college and might be on the brink with the grades and things like that, what is your advice to that kid who may be on the brink but can still be saved from that? What would you say that Bird would have told a young Bird right now? If you saw yourself in college, what advice would you give yourself at that point in time in your life?
You don't got time. You do not have time to make it up. You do not have time to redo it. It's none of that. That time is the time to get it done.
Yes, sir.
And do it the right way, and not cut corners, and not feel like everything will be, take care of itself. No, really put in that work to make sure that them grades is right. And that's what I would tell myself, because I always felt like something a shade guard. A teacher to help me out at the end of the semester.
They don't be giving an F.
What?
they
looking at me like, it's like they knew I was coming. Oh yeah, you think I'm finna give you this B?
Oh yeah.
Nah,
You'll get them.
You got a C.
Yeah, you'll get them.
And I'm like, wow. And if I would have known that from that start of that semester, I'd have been in them books, studying every night, making sure that I'm getting home to them books, making sure that I'm studying for them tests, making sure I'm turning in that homework. And, that's what I would tell myself, and that's what I would tell the kids as well. Don't get complacent with this school stuff. It might seem like if you play sports, because I know a lot of sports people that, they get complacent with school because it's not really about school to them. It's about sports. But, when you getting paid to go to school, you got to take advantage of that.
Right.
And, you got an opportunity to get a degree. You need to take that opportunity to the highest
Especially
ceiling.
a free one, too.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's kids out here paying $80,000 for that, bruh.
Man.
But you don't know that because you so showered with football, you're not even thinking about that type of stuff.
Especially being young, we think we know it all,
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't really know nothing. And every, real man knows that he don't really know nothing. Like, it's always so much more to learn. It's almost so much more to do.
Facts.
And that's the real.
Okay, so when we get into the process of you becoming a behavioral therapist, you got to understand something. As an ex-athlete, like I said, it's often covered here. We look for that thing that we can put that same passion in. We can put that same aggression in, that thing that's going to fulfill us the same way that the sports did, whatever sport it was. The sport is fulfilling. It's the only thing we love. It's the only thing we know. So becoming a behavioral therapist, going through the process to be able to become that, would you say that was able to kind of provide the same feeling and the same euphoria that stepping out on the field was able to do for you?
I would say because it was a learning curve, and it was hard work. I had to learn a lot in a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? I had to do all that in a little time, honestly, because I was ready to get into the field quickly. So I wasn't trying to just take it day by day or just take one course at a time. Like, no, throw everything at me because I'm ready. But I feel like when I was taking them courses and going through that training and just seeing like how serious they took it, I knew how serious it was. And the stories I was hearing about, kids hitting the therapist, kids spitting on them, stepping on their toes, just, doing a lot of stuff. But you got to treat them with love and care because, they have a disability. And a lot of people can't understand that. A lot of people, like, if somebody, spit on you, your first reaction probably is to do something about it.
Facts on me.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than understand why, and I get it. But, when you take the courses and stuff I had to take, that's what I had to learn. Like, I had to learn you have to ask questions. You have to figure out what's going on before you just react to what they're doing. And I use that, on regular people. Like, when people get mad at me, I like to, figure out, like, I'm not going to make this situation worse. What's going on?
What's the deal?
Be easy to talk to. Be easy to be approachable. Be a listener. And, when I learned them skills and got good at them to the point where I got in the field, everything became a breeze because, for one, I've already, dealt with people having disabilities because my grandfather had a disability, and me and my brother used to watch him in the sense of changing his diaper, making sure he took his medicine, making sure he went to sleep when he was supposed to. So I already was in that field, but not really knowing, just being a loving, kind person, doing something for the next, for nothing, just because, like, I love you. So when it became a profession, it was easy, honestly. I love the kids. I work with adults as well. I love the adults I work with. I loved all the relationships I gained and the knowledge that I learned. And Yeah, it's something I plan on doing for the rest of my life. I want to really honestly open up my own company in the future.
Okay.
And, you know, expand.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, like I said, this man is still a success. No matter what he has went through, it ain't never fall. It ain't never make him fall. He's still standing tall, doing his thing. Now, we got to get into what it is to be a South Central All-American.
Okay.
Break that down for them, because if they don't know, they got to know today, and it got to happen right here on Clapitup LA. Come on, let's give it to them, man.
So basically, number one, it's not many like us.
Okay.
I want everybody to know that. If you consider yourself a South Central All-American, no, it's not gonna be too many like you. It's not gonna be too many people that understand why you work so hard, why you grind so hard, why you really go after what you want to go after. Because some people are not used to that. So a South Central All-American is someone that can't cheat the grind. You feel me? Someone that works at something every day, you know, perfects their craft, has things and goals that they want to pursue, and they really show you they pursue it. They don't tell you, they show you. And I don't care what you do. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a teacher, you want to be an athlete, you want to be a professor, you want to be an actress, you have to grind, you have to work, and you cannot, I repeat, cannot cheat that grind.
Exactly.
And you know, that's what a South Central All-American is. Someone that just likes to work, likes to you know, show that it's better things in life than just chilling and having fun. It's actual responsibilities that you got to do, but make it look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, work hard, play hard, and all that, but make sure your business gets taken care of.
Facts. You got to at the end of the day. Now, where did you come up with the idea to start this brand?
Okay, well, I feel like I'm a South Central baby.
Yeah.
Being an All-American is something that I feel like takes hard work, takes dedication, blood, sweat, and tears. And I put those two together and was like, well, South Central, to me, that's the best city area in the world.
Yeah.
That's the top-notch 5-star place to be, LA. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everything is honestly taken from us, and we need that back. So I put South Central on my brand because that's what I want to represent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And all the people that's from South Central, you know, I want to represent y'all as well, because we are kind of the same people in a sense. And so, you feel me? We all work hard to make sure we at the top of our game, because you got to be in South Central. If you're doing something, you got to be at the top of your game with it. You got to be an All-American with it, but you got to be 5-star with it. Come on now. So I put them two together like, okay, we the top-notch city, let alone we work the hardest too. And whether that's in sports, acting, music, whatever it is, I feel like we work hard. So we are All-American. We 5-star.
Facts.
So that's what it is. We
Be
South Central All-American.
Yeah, be an All-American at life. You got to be an All-American at life.
100%.
Now, when you making this brand, the idea, how long did you sit on the idea, or did you instantly think about it? It was like, I'm putting in action to it.
Yeah, it was honestly an instantly thing.
Okay.
It came to me. At first I was thinking about like, okay, South Central, but like, what else? Like, what else?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about just, everybody that be, like my grandpa, man, he works so hard. He works every day, all day. He's a South Central All-American.
Facts, yeah.
He ain't have to touch a ball.
Yeah.
He is South Central All-American just because he works hard, and he doesn't talk about it. He shows it. He showed me hard work. He showed me what it takes to take care of a family, house a family. And when I seen that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I feel like everybody could relate to being a South Central All-American. Everybody would want to be a South Central All-American. Even if you're not from South Central, you want to be a South Central All-American, because y'all know what's going on in South Central. And for you to make it out, you got to be a, somebody. You got to be doing something, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So how important is it that you understand to have a team around, what you're doing in the entire movement, even with Cheat the Grind, with South Central All-American, with everything you got going on? How important have you understood that a team has to be in place?
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to my team, you know.
Yeah,
shout out to them
team.
boys that
Yes,
helped
sir.
me out, Mossy, Max,
Mhm.
Dre. Man, them dudes keep me level-headed because they let me know, you know, what's good moves, what's not good moves.
Mhm.
I always talk to them. I always show them new designs. They always compliment me. They always, you know, tell me I'm doing my thing. They, you know what I'm saying? Like, they keep my head leveled, and you always need people like that around you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? South Central All-American wouldn't be nothing without them. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them guys, and shout out to that, to the fact that they always believed in South Central All-American, and the fact that, you know, knowing that we could take this to the next level, and that's what we're gonna do.
Now, have you ever went through the doubt of the brand and the movement? Have you ever felt like had those feelings of it maybe it won't be as big as I wanted it to be, or have you ever lacked any confidence in it?
100%. I'm at a point in time, I didn't know how I was gonna deliver some of the stuff. I was on the bus. I was on a bike delivering these shirts, and sweaters, and stuff like that, making sure people got their order on time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what had to happen. You know, and when I see myself doing that, I was like, wow, like, you know, is this gonna really work? I'm out here on a bike, delivering stuff. Is this what people want? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yes sir.
But
yes,
then
sir, yeah.
people would actually tell me, like, dang, bro, you came over here on a bike to give me that? Like shocked. Like I wouldn't do it, like type stuff. And I'm just like, okay, like this might be something that's good, because people actually, not only do they want the product, they're not, you know, really tripping on the service and how it's coming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so they put that faith in me, and I just ran with that.
You
really,
gotta run with it from there.
Yeah.
Now, when you think about the progress that you have made with your brand, and even as just a man living in this world, how much time do you ever spend reflecting and thinking about, I made it through that, man, I made it through this?
Not really. Not too much. People remind me though. Like, people always like, hey, you remember when this happened, and you was in this situation and you got out of it, and it do hit me then. But me personally, I like to always think about the next big thing and the next move, because, you know, sometimes you can get lost in the past. You can get lost in those thoughts.
Facts.
And I don't really got time to do that.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always, like I said, it's always something to do. It's always something to be done.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to focus on, and that's what I like to keep my mind on.
So, Bird, when you think about your entire life, give us some things that you clap it up for yourself about.
Oh man,
I'm
gonna clap it up for one. We right here sitting here with Brock, clapping up, LA.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We in the famous office.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's in the famous office.
That's for one. For two, I'm gonna clap it up for all the programs, all the coaches, all the players, all my homies that have helped me get to where I'm at, have faith in me, pushed me, and made sure I was never making nerd moves. Let's clap it up for that.
Yes, sir. You gonna clap it up for that? Yes, sir.
Shout out to y'all. And last but not least, I'm gonna say my family, because we went through a lot, and we held it together like a rock. Still to this day, we are all still together no matter what. And that's the last thing I'm gonna clap it up for.
Now, we gotta jump into this, Bird. What else do we have coming with South Central All American? What other business things can we see from you?
Oh man, well, I'm having a weed business.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna touch that industry. With South Central All American, got a lot of new stuff coming out, a lot of more designs, hats coming. We got shorts, new shirts coming. So stay tuned for all that new apparel coming. It's gonna be the hottest stuff on the streets. You don't want to miss this.
Don't miss it.
Don't want to miss this.
Yes, sir. Now, now what got you involved into the cannabis industry?
Smoking. I felt like, wow, I smoke so much, I need to make money off of it. I need to, and I know people are. How do I do it? That's why I tell you, I started figuring out, like, I just need to figure out how to do it, and I'm going to go do it. So, I mean, I bought all the materials, all the tents, all the lights, you know what I'm saying? I got an indoor and an outdoor project going right now. You know, certain people know about it, certain people don't. But yeah, like, that's a real big industry, and it's a lot of money into it. And shout out to my grandpa. He the one that really believed in me and helped me and help fund the whole situation.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay, shout out
cannabis
Grandpop.
industry.
Yeah,
for
shout out
sure.
Grandpop. Now, what type of strand are you gonna create us a South Central All American
Yes,
strand? Is
sir.
that what
Yes,
we gonna
sir.
get, man?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to make right now.
Yeah.
I made like wedding cake, biscotti, had a little cherry pie. But I want to get into making my own.
Okay.
You know, I actually made one time my own little fusion. I named it Adam's Tree.
Okay. Okay, Adam's Tree. Yeah. Okay, I feel
fresh
that.
off Adams.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah, I've done that, and it was cool. But
Yeah.
I know it's better things I could do
Right,
with it. So I'm gonna just keep getting better at it. You know, with anything, it takes time to get good. So I've only been doing it for a year, so who knows where I'll be in 5 years with this.
Man,
you know?
hey man, he got to give us that can't cheat the grind OG,
Oh, come
man.
on now.
Come on,
That's
now,
gonna be the
man.
gas. That's gonna be the gas.
They can't cheat the grind
That's
OG.
gonna be some good gas for sure.
Yeah. Facts. So, okay, people may not really understand the type of work that goes into even growing the cannabis and having to do. How long did it take you to really understand everything that has to be done to make that?
I'm still learning, and like I said, it's been a year. And the thing is, just like anything else, you got to be at it every day.
Yeah, facts.
Every day I'm on them plants. Every day I'm checking to make sure what's here. Is there any buzz? Is there any new growth? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Do anything need to be chopped off? And that's every day.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. That's what I would tell you.
It's
That's
a
what you gotta
process.
know. Yeah,
It's a process.
Every day you will be on that.
Right.
Every day.
Now, when you look at your life, do you feel like you are the most happy that you can possibly be now today, knowing the work that you didn't put in to do what you do and the things that you've had to fight through?
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm gonna for sure get better because at this point, it's nothing gonna stop me but myself. Like ups and downs, I'm still going through those. But the thing is, I'm never too high and I'm never too low.
Okay.
Like if you know me, like you kind of know that I like to always be in the middle. Like I'm never too mad or too happy. Like I'm just right there. Like he just cool, he chilling. Like you know what I'm saying? And that's what I kind of like to do. Like with my life, like ups and downs. Just try to stay in the middle. You know, never get too happy or get too sad, and you should be all right.
I feel that. Hey, y'all, so it's J Brock, it's Clapitup LA. Like we said, we right here with South Central All American, can't cheat the grind right here in the flesh. And if you didn't see the Max interview, that's the one from last week. Y'all hit that link in that bio. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with my boy. Make sure y'all looking out for that new South Central All American gear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay up to date. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and make sure y'all keep up with us because you know more success is on the way. By the way, we got to shout out Innovative Entrepreneurs for allowing this to be possible. Again, Innovative Entrepreneurs, a black co-owner space where they got offices for rent for you. All you got to do is tap in with them. Hey, y'all, so until next time, it's J Brock, Clap It Up LA.
Clap it up. Yes, sir.